Okay, a very good morning, everyone. To those who just came in, welcome to MTE 2025. And those who came in, you're in luck as we're going to kickstart the first session of today. And our session is regarding changing landscape of futuristic warehouse management system. All right, in front of me, there is many available seats. So if you want to hear regarding this topic, please come over to the function area right now as we're going to kickstart the first session of today. So I'm going to explain a bit about the highlights of today's talk. Is about the growing importance of WMS in driving agility and operational excellence. And today we are honored to have Mr. Dominic Regies Amalraj, co-founder and director of Tekclover Private Limited, as our speaker for today. With over 20 years of experience in supply chain technology, Mr. Dominic has led Tekclover in developing CLASSIC WMS, a future-ready platform integrating AI, robotics, and predictive analytics. Today, he will share key trends, real-world case studies, and practical strategy for building intelligent, scalable warehouse systems. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mr. Dominic Regies Amalraj.
Good morning, everyone. I'm really proud to be here to give some insights about what is happening currently and what we can expect in the industry of warehouse management. I am Dominic Regies, co-founder and director of Tekclover Private Limited. We specialize in giving multiple products in logistics domain. Today, we are going to focus more on warehouse management system. This session, I'm planning to give in a way in the form of educatory material to you rather than marketing material of my company. Of course, I'll be introducing my product, but you can have a lot of takeaways about what is happening in warehouse management and what we can expect in near future. So that's the objective of the session. As you see, the agenda for today is to see what are the current trends, future developments, what we can expect in the industry, challenges and solutions to go towards the future developments, and introducing our product, and finally, we'll be having the Q&A. You can stop me anywhere. You don't have to wait for the Q&A. You can stop me anywhere whenever you have a question. I'll be more than happy to answer your queries, whether it's related to the technical parameters of warehouse management or the business domain as such. Just to start, I have put a slide for understanding why we need to focus on this topic. The current Malaysian market for warehouse as such is somewhere in 500 million range, which is expected to grow to 700 million by 2028. This is the warehouse market study from the renowned market researchers. And as you see in the right, what you see is the WMS market itself. The WMS market is expected to grow to 6.4 billion by 2030. So that gives fair area why we need to focus on this topic. We'll be having a look about the current trends. So what are the influencing factor for this current trends? So that is where we are going to start today. The paradigm shift in the consumer market, how the customer is expecting the product, be it business to business or business to consumer directly. The customer's expectation has grown sky high today. So they are expecting, the error-free, the right shipment, without any delay, mostly on the same day, same hour, etc. So that has pushed us to build our back engine to support what is customer expecting today. That calls for the digitization in the supply chain management, especially in the logistics industry. So the logistics industry comprises of two ends. One is the warehouse, which delivers the product, stores the product, and of course your last mile delivery, where you go to the customer directly to deliver the product. So these two are the key elements, or these are the key elements which is influencing the current trend in the WMS. As you see, the emergency of new technologies like AI, ML, IoT, digital twin. Today we are in the age of AI. Tomorrow we are moving to the age of AGI and ASI, right? Artificial general intelligence and artificial super intelligence. So we are moving towards that age. So these are all, some of the interesting influences in the industry where it offers multiple business value additions. Okay, we'll be going through all that shortly in this presentation. We may talk about all the technologies which are available in the world now, but we cannot skip what needs to be done as the basic. So we cannot move away from the basic processes, which starts from inbound, location management, make and change, and outbound, which are another key elements of any warehouse operation. Inbound, as the name suggests, it is nothing but what you do to receive the product. Location management, how you organize your warehouse, what are all the strategies you are going to implement to do the put away, to do the picking. And the make and change is nothing but the operations which happens within the warehouse or warehouse to warehouse of the same company. And finally, the outbound is nothing but how you deliver the product to the customer by picking the right product from the right location, employing multiple strategies like first in, first out, and last in, first out, or batch-enabled product where the first batch has to go first, etc. Yeah, so these are all, some of the elements which are in the market now by most of the service providers, be it our company or any company which deals with WMS. So these are all the elements which are already there in the market now. For example, all the products have moved from the era of on-premise to cloud now. Today, we are going to the mode of pay for what you use, which is nothing but the SaaS solution, software as a service. Okay? We don't need to worry about maintaining the server or maintaining an IT team for our company. I just want to improve my business. Why do I need to open a new department called IT to manage my infrastructure, to manage my assets of IT? Instead, we move for something like cloud-based solution where you don't have to worry about anything other than using the product and enhancing your business. So we are also moving to the age of mobile app-based solution, which is nothing but handheld terminal, which is the scanner device in simple. So we have moved from the era of adding the data post the operation through the supervisor, than actually giving the system itself to the operator in the form of handheld terminal. The operator, be it picker or the binning operator, he'll be doing the binning operation or picking operation through the mobile application by scanning it, and he confirms the operation while he does that. That is the main change we are bringing in today. And the other factors like the API communication, which has enabled us to talk to multiple systems in the landscape, be it ERP, be it last mile delivery system, be it transport management system, or be it e-commerce portal. So these APIs have helped us to easily integrate. Yeah. You may wonder, why I'm seeing robotics, AML, and IoT in the current trends. But believe us, these are all pretty old technologies now. Most of these technologies are 10 years old, at least. Okay, but whether it has reached the highest potential in warehouse industry, that is a question we have to ask ourselves. So whether it has been implemented to solve the business problem, to give the value addition, real value addition in your industry, to enhance your warehouse operation, that is where the companies are still struggling to find the right use case. So we are focusing more on injecting the technological factor right into the business areas where it will enhance value. Okay, so that is where we need to focus rather than just infusing the technology for the sake of it. Future developments, what we can expect in the future. So as I've already said, we have already crossed the age of AML and we are moving into the age of, AGI and ASI. So today we see the predictive analytics for demand forecasting as a major factor. So this gives a lot of business value. It will help you to utilize the space of your warehouse more efficiently, number one. Two, inventory is nothing but money. How to efficiently manage your inventory. How to have the product which will have demand in the market, rather than storing the dead goods which will occupy the space, which will cost you the money. So that is where this accurate demand forecasting will help you. So we are going to focus more on this demand forecasting in the further slides. Also, we in the left, as you see, the other factors like AR, VR, which is nothing but augmented reality and virtual reality, which will be helping you to do the guided picking or visualize virtually where to pick and how to pick, and blockchain-aided traceability. Digital twin, which offers an interesting factor of replicating the actual physical warehouse digitally. So that will help you to align in multiple structural alignments. So structurally, changing the warehouse is always a challenge. How it will help me, what it will cost me, whether it will help me to achieve the business excellence. Those are all the things you can actually do it in a very easier way by using digital twin, by replicating what you want and also seeing what is there currently in your warehouse. For example, if you're a FMCG industry, if you're storing a seasonal good which will do good in the winter, and you can actually visualize how to reorganize my warehouse to store more winter goods rather than having the summer goods in the winter. So that is where you're going to plan using the digital twin, also with the help of the demand forecasting, which is aided by artificial intelligence and machine learning. Yeah, but where to start? So this is the important factor, whether you have technology or whether you have the system or not. The supervisors or the managers of your warehouse should have all this information before even starting digitizing your warehouse or bringing the digital elements into your business. Example, the forecast of space utilization, equipment utilization. Okay, this should be in the fingertip of a warehouse manager, regardless of the technology what is employing currently. Of course, the technologies will help you to have the accurate data, but you should have this data to start with, to understand where you can scale up by implementing the technologies. The picking put away cycle metrics, basically how much your picking is taking for peak season, how much your picking is taken for the lean season, etc., and how much time you are taking for unloading the good and also binning the good. From unloading point to the binning point, how much it is taking. These metrics will give you to improve your operational efficiency. And other things like average order size or resource planning versus actual metrics. You set the target as a resource planning and always measure with what you are currently achieving with your existing resources and get to the optimal utilization level to use your resources in a more efficient way. Okay, so these are all some things you need to have before even starting the digitization of your warehouse. This is a bit tech-heavy slide. I'm going to skip it, or I'm just going to touch it in a very lighter way. So we have all these ground rules, which needs to be employed to have a proper AI-based demand forecasting, which is nothing but your inventory projection as well as the space projection for your warehouse for the next quarter, next month, next day, or next year. Okay. So the more the accuracy you attain, it will help you to plan your business in a more efficient way. So how to do this? First thing is basically to put up all the ground rules, to consider a team which will help you to do the actual activity of this demand forecasting, which should be separated from the day-to-day operations team. Okay, so this is where you're going to start it. And the other elements like whether you are employing the decision tree or the LLMs, the most the current one is SLM. So the smaller the text material algorithm, which will help you to have a potential influence in your demand forecasting. Okay, so because this particular demand forecasting works in a very dynamic and volatile situation. It is not going to help, if at all, if you are implementing the direct or readily available machine learning models. Okay, that is the reason we need to focus and customize it according to the need. Okay, so this slide may be more technical. If I go further, I'm just skipping it in the interest of time. Challenges and solution on how to achieve the digital excellence. Yes, we have heard about all these AML, the demand forecasting or digital twins, etc. But where to start? It is all right to have, the digital or, the IT goosebumps or technological goosebumps. But how to start and where to start? That is the important question which you need to ask yourself. Okay? So before starting, you need to ensure whether your basics are in line. That is the first thing which you need to ensure before starting any digitization process. Categorize your roadmap into two divisions. One is process-wise, the second one is technical-wise. Process-wise, what you want to achieve. Technically, what you want to implement or infuse. And third, forecast your business impact. Basically, you need to understand where is your lean period, where you can try with multiple new technical elements which will give you multiple insights, or when to target the peak time where you can get the actual benefits from the real technologies which you are going to implement. Okay. Also, find the right medium, find the right phase, which is, you should start in a smaller way in the step one manner and gradually improve to the final step, rather than targeting the final step and collapsing the entire plan. So start small and achieve big. That is our motto whenever we digitize any warehouse or make a warehouse into a smart warehouse. Now we are going to spend some time on our CLASSIC WMS, which is our flagship product on warehouse management area. This is a proprietary product of our company. So these are some of the elements which you need to consider to find the right partner. Whether you're selecting us or another competitor in the market, it doesn't matter. But you need to look into all these factors before selecting the partner. For example, if they have the right business array, if they have the right expertise, and finally the tech expertise. Okay? You need to consider all these elements before selecting the partner. Whether they'll be traveling with you for the longer time, or they're going to implement and say bye-bye to you and leave it to you to improve your business or manage your business. All these elements you need to consider very carefully before selecting the partner. An overview about a product. I'm not going to go through the entire stuff. I'll touch upon the important factors alone. So as you see here, this will help you to manage end-to-end need of your warehouse. Now, right from inbound till the outbound, including a stock count process. So stock count we do, perpetual and the end-to-end wall stock count, which is the traditional one. The perpetual stock count brings in a lot of new elements, like, you don't have to have an actual downtime. Rather than, you'll be doing the stock count operation as a part of your daily activity. Still, you'll be completing the entire stock count of your warehouse as a part of your operation by end of the quarter or by end of the month or end of the year. Okay? So this perpetual count actually works on multiple factors. One is based on your touch for the day. Whether it is inbound or outbound, whatever the bins which got impacted for the day, so that alone will be given as a metric to the stock counter. So he'll be carrying the handheld terminal and scanning the bin and scanning the inventory to recheck whether the goods which has gone out is matching with the actual inventory or not. All these will be really helpful for you. And we have, moved from the complete digital way, that is, move from the paper-based operation to the digital-based operation. You won't be carrying the picking slip, paper-based picking slip or paper-based binning slip further. You'll be doing everything through the mobile app, a simple Android-based mobile app, which will have the scanner facility, which will help you to scan the product, and which will also have the picking information and put away information handy to the operator to do the operation. It will help him to adhere the process in the strict way. He cannot pick the wrong good, or he cannot pick the wrong bin to pick from. So it will simply, make him proper resource to attain the business excellence. The key functions what we offer in our WMS system, which is classic WMS, starting from the inbound transfers, which is nothing but make and change, outbound, stock count, and the other key features. I'm not going to repeat whatever I said earlier. I'll just touch upon the few technical factors alone. So our system, which we have implemented to multiple clients, like we have integrated with the leading IoT sensors. For example, the RFID sensors or the conveyors, which works on the help of IoT sensor to help you to streamline your redundant operation in your warehouse. Of course, employing robotics will help to do the redundant operations. But if your warehouse is very dynamic, if your business is very dynamic, that is the case for most of the business, right? When it comes to the trading industry, FMCG industry, or cold chain industries, we don't deal with the same product throughout the year or throughout the decade. It will change month to month, day to day, year to year. So you need to have a real, volatile, and dynamic strategy to help your business to adapt, the right strategy which will fit at the right point of time. So that is where we employ machine learning strategy, which will understand the business, which will understand the historical data, and employ the right strategy to help you to do the put away or picking metrics, okay? To improve your put away and picking metrics. We also have, the digital twin, which I just touched a while ago, which will help you to visualize your warehouse and have a graphical notion of what is happening in your warehouse. You can sit remotely somewhere in the country and still see what is happening in your warehouse, whether it is inbound or outbound, which bin is getting affected. You can have the indicator of glowing bulbs on the corresponding bins, which is impacted on that particular time. The real-time notifications will be sent to your mobile app. You can visualize anywhere in the world just by using the internet connection. I'm skipping this slide in the interest of time. Some of the value additions what we provide. We provide a fantastic batch and serial and shelf life management that is part of our system. So I'm from technical background as well as from the supply chain background. So we have put all our expertise. I have worked in multiple companies, including the corporates like Hewlett-Packard, SAP Labs, etc., where we have implemented leading solutions like SAP to multiple customers, and we have understood what is the gap they are leaving in the industry. That is where we came up with this product to address the loopholes of the major companies. That is, the primary factor of our product. This is one of the key study. It's a short video of the implementation, what we have done and how they are using the system. As you see, this is the warehouse operation. It's a small warehouse, just for you to understand how operation works. This is an inbound operation where they are starting from the order receiving, creating the order in the system through the integration. Once the order is created, it will go to the level of barcode printing, which will be affixed in each of the boxes. This is printed through our system. Once the barcode are printed and the pallet is built, it will be going to the right bin where each of the location in the floor is demarked here. Here they are using the floor barcode, as you see here. And they have scanned the location, scanned the item to make sure it is going on the right bin. Now this is the outbound operation where they receive the order. The pick list is generated. It will be given in the form of digitized form in the HST. The person will go and do the picking activity. building the pallet. Again, he'll do the delivery confirmation before actually boarding it to the delivery vehicle. Here doing the delivery confirmation through our mobile app. Then the inventory is checked, whether it is matching the income good and what has gone out. Okay, so this will give you the snapshot of what can be expected through our system. I'm skipping the other key studies to give some time for the Q&A. We are available in 3J23. Our stall is available in 3J23. Please feel free to come and visit our stalls to get more information about our product, or even if you have any general warehouse queries, we are very, very happy to help, because we always go in the mode of consulting rather than selling our product. We try to give you the solution rather than selling the product. Okay? So any questions from anyone?
Yes, thank you so much. Let's give Mr. Dominic another round of applause. Thank you so much for sharing. So if you're curious about Classic WMS, the role of AI and robotics, in terms of this question, I'll open the floor for Q&A if you have any. Any questions from the floor? All good? Okay, I think the floor is all good, but please visit their booth, 3J23, so if you have any questions, you can take down the email address and phone number. So let's give another round of applause for Mr. Domnic, and thank you so much for your time. Okay, up next, we're going to have at 11:30, we're going to invite another speaker here, two of them actually. The title is going to be Integrated to Agentic AI, Logistic Reimagined. That is the title, which will be presented by Mr. Srijam and Miss Alice Liao from Binary Semantics. So for now, we will take a short break and we will see you back here right away for another exciting session.